Oh, welcome.
You good? You okay?
Bro, I had that hit me like a... I'm not drunk. I wish I was. Anyway, welcome back to the Broken Keyboards podcast, to our official first episode, not the pilot, even though that's also labeled as one. We'll fix that later. I don't know. Disclaimer: if you heard a lot of pauses from the last recording under my mic, predominantly it's because I wanted to curse so much, and I said no holds barred. I'm gonna just be natural, let my natural speaking voice out. I'm gonna start cursing up a storm when I feel like it, of course, because you see other YouTubers, big YouTubers who are cursing, and hey, just act natural, honestly. So I'm gonna act like my natural self. You're gonna see me cracking a lot of see, he gets it. You're getting a lot of natural jokes, a lot of weird insults from me. I don't know about Marubi or Eric. I'll let them play how they play out.
The pilot was like
Tense.
a test phase, right? So it's like, oh, okay, it's the episode you'd show your grandma. It'd be like, hey, look at these funny people I watched on the internet, and then they're like, oh, okay, Sonny, continue, you can watch them, and then the next episode is like, ah, shit,
fuck you. There you go. Oh, that felt so good. I forgot to say disclaimer. 3, 2, 1. We're cursing now.
Oh,
I forgot to
play the disclaimer song.
We'll just play one at the beginning, at the disclaimer. May use vulgar language, and then that's it. You're good.
That's our own
and then
disclaimer.
We're for sure gonna get age restricted now.
Oh my god.
Well, that's if they listen to the audio. Okay, so what happened last episode was our video was age restricted because we had a link in the description from what we're getting, which was Pixabay, because we used their art, because it's royalty free. And on Pixabay, we just found out you can find adult content on there, so that's probably why we got flagged last video. So hopefully in this one, we don't get flagged.
I think, and we don't need to, like, I read their license, we don't need to credit them, really.
We were just doing them a service before.
Yeah,
and now, it's just being good Samaritan.
And now look what they did to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's YouTube's fault. It's YouTube's fault.
That's true. We're still gonna use Pixabay, but we're not gonna put the link just for clarity's sake. But if you guys need some royalty-free pictures of the sorts, that's where you should go to. And let's see. That's
enough crediting Pixabay. That's the last they're gonna get from us.
All right. What is today's topic? I don't know. All right. So it's the new year. We're looking forward to some new games, new anime, new nerdy stuff, nerdy culture. What games have you guys played last year? It didn't have to come out last year. It's what have you played and completed, or whatever the source. Either just like, what did you do last year with gaming?
You want to go first, Eric?
Yes. Okay. So I was writing down my list because Brosif prefaced us to kind of like brainstorm it prior, and 2020 can be summed up into like 4 phases. There was the start of the year into the beginning of the pandemic, where I played almost exclusively Valorant with my partner, and it was, if you don't know what Valorant is, it's a game produced by Riot that is essentially CSGO but with abilities. People may say their own things about it, but that is their opinion. After that, during the heat of the pandemic, was a Genshin Impact, because who doesn't love farming in an anime game?
No, I was legit playing it just an hour ago.
I don't like grinding games.
It's like the hassle. I can understand. It's just like constant grinding just to get that one character all the way up.
Yeah.
It's like preference, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's like where you get your satisfaction from, right? So for Genshin, right, repeatedly going through the same bosses, getting loot, but like once you max out that character, it's like, I finally got it.
Dude,
we're not.
I know exactly how you feel.
We're not like top fraggers in some other FPS games.
That's what I love.
Actually, going on to that, the next phase is Apex Legends, which, if you haven't heard, it's like that one game.
It's now on
Fortnite.
Steam.
It's also now on Steam, actually, yes. I also realized. I was talking about playing Apex at the end of the pilot. So what a full circle.
No man, thank God for it to be on Steam. I'm not gonna lie,
Yes.
it was such a blessing. How about you, Marubi? How about you? What games?
Wait, is he done? Was it just Valorant and Apex? He's not done yet.
Yes,
Thanks, bro. Seth.
Yeah,
you
you
kind
said
of
shit, dude. You were so quiet.
Hey, nah, what? Okay. Valorant, Genshin Impact, Apex Legends, and then recently Project Zomboid.
Yes.
And then on the side is Minecraft, Stardew Valley, and Helltaker because I wanted to see why it was nominated.
Yes.
I think it deserves it.
Helltaker. Okay.
And then mobile games because I want to throw them on there. It was Tinker Island, which is like it's a farming thing, and then Among Us, obviously, but I've only played maybe like 5-6 games. So
I'm the
Don't
worst crewmate, but I'm a good imposter.
I love being crewmate. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just get to
hate
do
being
normal
imposter.
business, man. Me too, Marubi. Me too.
I think I'm just a good liar.
Mm-mm. All right, now I'm done. Thanks, Broseph.
Nah, yeah, whatever. I'm just kidding.
Holy moly. 2020, what did I play? Okay, so I think most of my life I've been playing COD. So when Modern Warfare came out, I've been on that most of the time. I think I'm okay, so 2.21 KD. Just wanted to flex that one real quick.
Okay.
So Call of Duty was a big one. I play a lot of League of Legends. League of Legends has been with me for 8 years now because I've been playing since the end of season 2. I know. Okay, so I know you didn't mention this, but I think you probably played Halo 2, right, Eric?
Halo. Full
Yeah.
disclaimer: never played a Halo game.
Really? Not even
Like,
the Master Chief
only-
Collection?
I've only played Halo, when I was 9 or 10 at my friend's birthday party, and they were just having multiplayer fights with the local players. But
Mhm.
that's it. I've never actually picked up a Halo game on my own and played.
Dang. Well, that's most of what I've played. I mean, I mentioned it in the introduction last episode, where Call of Duty and Halo have been the big ones. League of Legends was also really big for me. I didn't play a lot of it last year, but I want to put it in there because I love Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh hell yeah!
I think when that came out, I was stuck playing it for a month, and that's exclusively I played that one.
Ooh.
And I played it until I was sick of it, and I beat it, and I haven't gone back yet, but I know that I would love to go back and play it. But most of 2020 for me was COD, League, OSU, because I like rhythm games. That's probably where the aim comes from in shooters.
You remind me of
and-
another friend.
Well, and so I said COD, League, Apex Legends. That was big because I know when you guys didn't play it when it was on Origin because everyone hates Origin.
Actually,
Yes.
beg to differ. Broseph and I played pretty extensively with another friend of ours.
There was
But yes, go
it was
on.
during,
Thanks.
that was season 0 and season 1.
Yep.
But we'll
Yeah,
get
but
into
that was
that later.
a long time ago.
Oh,
It's 'cause,
yeah.
I remember last year, 2019. I mean, and last year 2020. You guys didn't play until it got to Steam, and I was
Yeah.
playing season. What season is it right now? 7.
7.
Yeah, because I was playing season 6 a lot, and then I remember I was trying to get you guys to play, but you were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wait for it to come to Steam," and then it finally came to Steam, and we played a lot.
Yeah. I had issues on my client, that's why. I got tired of trying to force it to update and didn't want to update. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll just wait till Steam.
Yep, and I think that is that it. Is that really all I played? Yeah, I mean that's about it. What about you, Broseph?
I played an actual wide variety of games, which is what I don't play the typical just the one a one genre. My style for gaming is whatever seems fun to me, and I can get addicted to it. So a lot of the other games I would be playing are Apex Legends for one, of course. Genshin Impact was another one that I picked up and I'm still playing till this day. There's and I also have the off variety games that no one expects me to play. the gym buff. Who would have played these games? I played what's it called? Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, which is a Harvest Moon-esque game from. If you know what that is, you know what that is. It's an old school farming sim. It was a like a big part of my childhood. Animal Crossing when it came out. I also finished the 3 games of Danganronpa, the first, the second, and then Danganronpa V3. I finished the whole story within like a month or 2. I also replayed Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Mix. Eric and Maruvi know what hell I went through because I was doing critical mode, and I'm still trying to do the data org, which are like basically end game bosses in a trial run. Basically, they hit you once, you're dead.
Yeah, fights are crazy.
Like, I've been doing those fights at like 2 or 3 a.m. and Eric and Maruvi, they really see me like at the point of like wanting to punch something. They hear me go like, God damn it! Or then when I actually did, I go like, whoa! Hold on, that was too loud. Like, stuff like that. Besides that, another game I've been playing was Resonance of Fate, which is another game that Eric and Marie have been seeing me playing on Discord. See me stream
It's funny.
It's basically acrobatic gun simulator RPG edition with the like it has a high learning curve too. So like, if you don't get the gunplay, and if you're not careful with your resources, it's almost impossible to like pick back where you left off. And it's also like a type of puzzle game. Like, you want to try to route the enemies a certain way and stuff like that. And yeah, those are some of the more memorable games that I played. Oh, and I've been trying to do this also, starting middle of last year. Was I was replaying Yakuza 0. Such a fantastic game. Like, the story is so beautiful, it made me cry, and I'm doing the legend difficulty. Whereas, like, as you can tell, like, the type of games I like to play are like, I love those good like progression story RPG games, and then I also like that challenge feature. That's why I always replay older games or try the harder modes. I don't know. I just like that challenge because like it's overcoming that, and then it's like, yeah, I did it. I did that. It's like that gratification. It's like, oh, I beat a hard boss or stuff like that. Yeah. So I was doing the Yakuza Zero's legend mode, and I thought it's not gonna be that bad because it's like it was different from hard mode. Hard mode, I was just like, oh, it's not that bad. They just don't drop items, and you get stabbed in the stomach with by a huge knife. Your character only loses like 1/4 HP or like 1/8. No, this legend mode is something else. I got stabbed once in the stomach. I lost 3/4 of my health.
So it's like critical mode.
It's like critical mode. Like, you need to know how to like you need your spacing, you need the frame data and stuff like that, just to make sure you don't die. It goes back to like the idea of like, I love those challenging games and stuff like that. But yeah, those are like more prominent games that I played.
But I gotta hit you with a question.
What's up?
Because this has been a problem like my whole life, I swear. You like the critical modes and like all the challenges and stuff. What do you think of people who play easy mode just for the story?
Oh no, go ahead. I ain't judging. It's like,
okay.
That's how I think about. That's why I love gaming, and like that's how I perceive my vision and like my view on gamers. Like, you play the game how you want. If you just want to play on easy to learn the story, go ahead. If you can only beat the game, or if you don't like the gameplay but you can only beat it on easy, then go ahead. Like, it's your game. I'm not here to judge you. You're an asshole if you just judge other people with the way they play, especially in a story. No, not even on a, what's it called? Not a competitive game, but more of like a story-based game. Like, if you just tell them how to play that story, then it's not their story. You're just writing their own book for them, you know?
Honestly, yeah, because I'm the type to play on easy mode, on story mode, and that's usually what I do first. Because when I get a game, and if it's like COD or Halo, right?
Mm-hmm.
The main objective is to always finish the story first.
Yeah.
But I'll play it on easy and recruit.
Yeah.
So those are both just the easy mode, and then I go ham on multiplayer. But it's like, I have some friends who are like, why are you playing on easy? At least like do it on regular. And I'm like, nah, dude, not regular. I'm just trying to rush the story. But I always get like flamed because of it. Like, why are you always playing on easy? It's like, I just want to play it that way. And they always make me feel like I'm doing something wrong.
No, what the hell? It's like I guess it's just like how they view. I guess it's like their perspective, like how they're trying to like not trying to be rude to your friends, but I'm just like it feels like they want to portray their version or their vision of what gaming should be towards onto others, of how to play an RPG or a story-based game. That's how I see it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's just they're, what is it, like projecting their preferences onto me.
Yeah. Like if you just play on easy, then play on easy. You want to know how the story goes? Play it on easy. It doesn't matter. Like you're trying to have fun, not them. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I always do it anyway. It's just like I just don't want to get flamed for it, but it happens. Are you the type to do challenge or easy, Eric?
I will say, for story-based games where there's like an intended way to play it, a la like Dark Souls, where the game is intentionally hard. I'm not like depends. If it's like I cannot get through this area, but I'm willing to put the time in to like grind and to get better. Even like Pokemon. Like if you can't get past the gym, you go back and you like train and you get better.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's the option or there's a recommended mode, I will do my best to stick with that. I will say there's one game that this reminds me of, which is called Gods Will Be Watching. There's random elements in it that can just utterly screw you over, and that's maybe one of the games where I go easy. But like Broseph was saying, it's very situational. It's situational and dependent on the player's experience and what they want out of the game. Like Marubi, you've been saying like you're here for the story and then you do multiplayer. Broseph, you're in it for the challenge and the satisfaction. Like those are perfectly valid. To have anyone be like, no, that's wrong, or have some high notoriety Twitch streamer be like, or no, he's not even on Twitch. Have a high streamer be like, if you're easy mode, like you're a loser. Like no, that's against the very fiber of what I believe gaming is. So to answer your question, Marubi, whatever the game recommends it, and then if I'd like to, or if I just want to do a story, I'll do easy mode. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
To my friends listening, if you're listening to the podcast, there you go.
Stop flaming Marubi, man. Like I don't understand why y'all got a dog on him.
Or I'll
Oh
beat
yeah,
your ass.
I still love them. It's not like that bad. It's just like I'm just tired of getting shit for it, man.
Don't worry, I'll beat their ass if they can. Remember, like what I said in the last episode. I ain't gonna fight you on the internet, but I'll fight you in real life.
Throw hands, man. Mask on though. Mask on. Socially
Mask
distant.
Always.
6 feet. Don't worry, we can settle it in a 6 feet fight. Don't worry.
Oh, use swords or like long swords.
Oh, I have
spears.
Oh, I can use Kali sticks.
Right.
Oh, one of my martial arts. I'll talk about that in a future episode.
Oh yeah, so there was supposed to be a surprise. Unless you wanted to talk about something else real quick.
Yes. Okay. First things first. What, out of all the games you played last year, what is the one that stood out to you the most?
The most.
Yeah. Like it still follows on the game that you played, but which one of those games, or at least any games like you really liked last year that you played, completed, came out, whatever game. And this is where I'm gonna put the scenario, my hypothetical for today's episode.
I guess I could go. I'm very hesitant to say Project Zomboid because it is one of my longtime favorites. I'm going to say Valorant. Is probably the one. I can explain it if we've got time for that segment.
Yeah. And Marubi, how about you?
Yeah.
Watch, you're about to see something. How about you, Marubi?
Modern Warfare.
Perfect.
Wait, so what's the?
Here's the hypothetical.
Okay.
What would happen if you were spontaneously appeared in that game itself, and you had to? You get to control yourself, of course, but how would you react at first in that certain scenario? How would you feel? How would you react? What would you do? And so on and so forth. It could apply to the story, the multiplayer. So, in Valorant's case, what would happen if you're suddenly stuck in a a game in Valorant, you don't even know what your powers are because you haven't learned. You're just spontaneously there, and
Right.
you are legit on the spot. Go out, 5v5, plant the bomb,
Okay.
get the objective. And for Marubi, if it's story, you're legit dropped into the middle of one of the campaign missions of
Yo.
Modern Warfare. Or in multiplayer, you're dropped in a little like arena, and you're just there to fight, duke it out, but you don't know it though.
So this is basically like we get Isekai into the
Pretty much.
the video game itself, like Sword
Pretty-
Art situation where
Pretty much. And let me random. And since I'm asking these two, I'm also gonna answer this question. But to make it fair, I'm gonna randomize. I made a list on my phone of the games, and let me randomize it right now. Ooh, I got Yakuza.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm actually glad.
Perfect for you.
If I got Danganronpa, I would shit the bed. Do you guys know about Danganronpa?
I know it's a good game. That's about it.
Explain it to the viewers for us.
Okay, so without spoiling too much stuff about the game, because this game is, I would recommend playing this. It's a group of 16 students are trapped within an enclosed environment, most likely a school. Yeah, like a school setting. There's no school per se, but the way to graduate from the school is that you have to win a game hosted by a mastermind. And the way to play it is you have to murder one of the other students, and you have to get away with it in the most elaborate way possible. And you're in a trial, and it's in a trial zone where you legit have to talk it out and see who the actual victim is, like based on context clues and evidence that you find and stuff like that. And you'll probably think like, oh, why not just not do the killing game and then get out that way? That is a possibility. However, the mastermind has thought of that, and he will put different types of motivations for you to kill. So, from per se, the third game, they put a motive video. Like, oh, someone is waiting for you on the outside, but who is it? We don't know who's waiting for you on the outside. The first game, we're gonna release the most embarrassing thing that could threaten your life, and we're gonna release it to the world unless you kill someone, stuff like that. And I'm just like, if I was in that game, oh lord and lord, I'm gonna try to protect myself. Hopefully I don't die. I'm probably gonna hide somewhere.
Are they
What's up?
like? Are they put out there against their will?
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like kidnap blackmailing the game.
Yeah, kidnap, blackmailing the game, try to figure out who, and if you perform a killing, either you have to try to get away with it, and that's pretty much it. There's the other side to this, like, even if you kill a student or one of the other student contestants, stuff like that, and you get away with it, everyone else dies, except for you. But
Oh.
if you get caught, everyone else lives, except for the person who got killed and the killer. And then you would just continue the game until they found a way out, basically.
Okay.
So I'm glad I didn't get that one, because I would have been, I don't know what I'd do. But I'm happy I got the Yakuza one, low key. But I shall go last. Eric or Marubi, would you guys like to
Eric, you want to kick us off again, dude?
Sounds good. Sounds good. I do want to throw in there in the list of games as well. Transistor. I don't know if you two are familiar with it. Just want to make sure that it was in there. But Valorant. Okay. So it's one of those games where like the lore. If we're starting with the combat, honestly, I feel like I treat it like any other airsoft game that I've been a part of. Right. I have my weapons that I get to choose. Which, by the way, I prefer the forgotten names already. The M4 equivalent over the AK equivalent, just because of the recoil pattern. That's nitty gritty stuff.
The
But
Phantom.
The Phantom versus the Vandal. Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, Marubi.
Got you.
Big preach. So, just roll with like the Phantom, and then shoot, I forgot what the pistols are, but the
Pistol 1?
Default.
Pistol 2.
default pistol.
Well, that's classic. It's called classic. I think it's called classic.
Classic. Yes, because I remember landing the alt fire on that is like you're gonna win a fight. But mind you, this is so if I gotta clarify this process. Am I under the assumption that I have lives? Like this, it's not just me. Like I know it's me in a game where I'll respawn, or is this like, oh wow, this is a life and death situation.
Think of it like
I have to win.
Like no, it is a game, but you don't know it because like you're put into the game world. You don't know you respawn.
God.
Like it's like
Until I die.
until I die. Yeah, until you die per se. So you're treating it like a war zone. Like the other people, the other like contestants are players, but in this sense, like the other characters don't even. They're like, what's wrong with you? Why are you freaking out so much? And it's just that kick. Like you don't know anything. You're just put into this game. You think it seems like you've seen it before, but you can't recall.
So when you say other characters, is it like the other characters are being played by their actual like personality in game, or like online players controlling it?
Online personality.
Oh, okay.
So not other players. No, that would just be awful. No. Think of it like, imagine if for COD, like you're actually talking to Ghost. You're actually talking to like talking to the ghosts, or you're talking to Price, or in Valorant's case, you're talking to to Phoenix and stuff like that. Like
They're my favorite characters.
Yeah. So a little bit more thing you could include for you, Eric. You can include the animation. Have you seen the animation for Valorant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
think of it like how they interact, the characters interact and stuff like that.
right.
Think of it like that. You can add that into there too.
Like if it's in that sense, I would have to first. I'm assuming that I get the like, oh, I have to defend the bomb sites, and then or I need to go plant it. I'd be like, okay, I look and I see that I have teammates. We have an objective and treat it as such. Me with my relatively robust firearm training, I wouldn't say that I'm like a crack shot, but I'm also not like a noob when it comes to both real steel, airsoft, paintball, nerfing, which are, you know, all wonderful things on their own accord. I think it would be an interesting experience. Like I would be ready, but I also be like, if I see people lobbing fireballs and shooting 50 feet in the air from a burst of wind, I'm gonna be like, well, what can I do? Like,
yeah, you get the thing. You gotta have to figure that out. Which character are you? But the thing is, you don't know that. You don't know what. You don't even know it's Valorant. That's the other thing too.
Right.
Yeah. So.
You know, so imagine, in Rainbow Six Siege, I'm recruit. Just no skills, just weapon. Yeah, I think that's how I would approach it from a combat point. But I do know lore-wise, it's a little odd because they will recognize that there's duplicates of themselves. Like you're not the real Sage, or there can only be one of us, or something like that. And if I were dropped into like that, where I'm just like in the world there, I would probably not be involved with that because these are powers beyond my control, and I'll be like, I'm good.
How about if you were forced to?
If I was recruited into, I believe Kingdom is like the shadow force behind it, like Kingdom Corp or something.
Yeah.
If I was pulled in by them, I don't know. I would try and find an agent and be like, "What the hell's going on? Can you fill me in? I'm like a new recruit. Like, hey," and then from there be like, "Okay, what's our next plan of attack?" And then go on these missions and have a romping good time.
This is crazy. I didn't even know Valorant had that deep lore.
It does. Oh my gosh, we can. There's a bunch of videos I remember watching, but a short description of it is essentially there are people in the world with these powers, right? There's actually canonically why Phoenix has like fire powers, Jet has wind. I don't know Reyna and Omen and their shadowiness and their life suckingness, but they're based around like elements for the most part. And it's interesting because they're the bomb sites are all concentrations of like this compound, and they're like the contestant. The interesting thing is the bomb is a product of Kingdom Core. but the tool you use to defuse the bomb is also from Kingdom Core. And it's an interesting thing to also that the characters themselves recognize there are duplicates of them, both planting and also defusing. It's so crazy, Ruby. Like, oh, it's fun to look into.
Let's add a little bit more spice. Imagine if you saw a clone of yourself in there too.
No.
Oh no! Now that's okay.
And he knows what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
So what would
and
you
I'm
do
still
with
like,
like what? You're like, what the hell's going on?
Now you're. Go ahead, Ruby.
But he knows what he's doing. Like
The clone, the clone would know. Let's just say the clone would know.
See, now you're stepping into what I would call Soma territory. I don't know if y'all know that, I guess, psychological thriller game.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Soma. Yeah.
Right. Short rundown for our listeners. Soma, one of the main things about it is that it dabbles with the idea of consciousness and how you can create a clone of yourself, and that clone will have the consciousness of you up until the point that you cloned it. But you don't know if after you clone, whether you're going to be living in the old version of you or in the new version, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, establishing that, I would follow through on my objective because as of right now, in that world, in that scenario, I do not know if that is actually me, if that is a representation of me, if that is a clone.
Correct.
And I know that I have a mission. And that mission has to be completed for the success of my team. And honestly, seeing another version of me, I think the world can only handle so much of Eric. So I think I'd be doing a service to everyone if I ended up only one of us made it out of that mission alive.
I feel it. Oh, spicy.
That's it for how I'd approach that, honestly. Like, with a clear objective with teammates, I would figure it out and then go from there. So if we wanted to transition over to Marubi.
Hello. Okay, so I said COD. I am now transported into the world of COD.
Yeah. You don't. But before any of that, you don't know where you're at. You just think it's an open field, or a military base, whatever you would like, or a broken city, whatever environment or which game you would like to prefer. But you're dropped there. You have some. So you're not fully like unequipped. You have like, I would say small military gear. So you're just like a hand pistol, any of your preferred choice. No hand cannon, just preferred pistol. Maybe like a couple of like flashes, grenades. You have the little like a recruit, not really a recruit, like maybe just like a good bulletproof vest, some camo, a bag, like a light backpack, and a secondary of your choice also. Maybe just maybe like a submachine gun and a pistol. There you go. Put it like that.
Okay.
Like, but you're dropped into the world. You wake, like, you open your eyes. All of a sudden, you're like leaned up against the wall, and you're just like, there you are.
Am I in the middle of a mission? Because I was thinking story. I'd be put into the middle of the story.
That would be interesting. That would be much more interesting. Yeah, you would be pushed like in the middle of the story, middle of a mission. Like,
Okay.
you know those scenes where like grenade hits and then you're on the ground. You're slowly opening your eyes to the sound of a flashbang.
Yeah.
Think of it like that.
Okay.
But you're still so you don't get immediately killed. You wake up to the flashbang. You have like a minute or two of like regaining consciousness. You're getting like, what the hell, where am I? And then probably like one of the generals or our officer be like, get up, what are you doing? Stuff like that.
Oh, get up, Private Allen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I think the first thing I do. I can't meta game it, huh? I can't like. Where's Captain Price? I can't do that.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
I don't know anything. Okay, so in the case that I have no idea what's going on, I think the first thing okay, so all I know, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know how I got here. All I know is I must frag. That's it, right? right? This is what I'm getting. I'm in the middle of the story. There's probably like some guys in front of me. I got like an MP5 or something. I got all the gear. I'm here. I'm fighting a war, and I don't know why I'm fighting the war.
You're somewhat like that, but at the same time, it's still what's it called? How should I say this? Like it's that, but let's add something so you just don't feel like you're top right now. You also can feel pain.
Okay.
And you can feel all the effects that happen to you. Like if you get flashbanged, you can actually you'll hear the piercing of the flashbang, the flash of the actual grenade. It actually blinds you for a bit. You can actually hear like the loud gunshots, like in a real war zone, but it's still like within the Call of Duty universe per se.
Do I also get their super regen powers? Because that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Like, it was
in
the
that
same case for Eric. Like Eric knows he has, like in Eric's case, he has powers, but he doesn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that case, I'm fragging. And then wherever I get to like a quote unquote like save point where I'm like regrouped with whoever my team is, I'm gonna guess SAS in this case because those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Do you call it like a team? Yeah, that's my favorite team in the series.
I don't have a name per se. I haven't like give it thought to like give it a certain name. So maybe just for easier sake, just say team.
Okay, team.
Yeah.
So when I regroup with the team, I'm probably getting debriefed. Who's the big bad guy, and I guess I'm just like supporting. And hopefully, in this scenario, so for those of you listening that have not played Call of Duty at all, there's this one mission in the first Modern Warfare game, and it's called All Gillied Up. And in that mission, you are a sniper sneaking through enemy territory. So, in the hopes that I'm transported into a Call of Duty world, and I love sniping, I would hope to be a sniper, and I'd hope that so the dude you're under in that mission is named Captain McMillan, and if I could ever be under Captain McMillan, that'd be the sickest thing. So, I mean, if not though, so in general,
you wanna spice it up to that?
We really could.
Hey, let's do it. You're all gillied up, but like you get the premise of what I was asking from the first part, correct?
Yeah. So it's just like I'm there, I don't know what's going on.
And then since it's like still in the Call of Duty world, you can also per se say that now you're in all gillied up, but you still don't like if now you're in that part, you still don't know what's happening though. You're
okay.
You're in a full ghillie suit. You have a sniper. Oh, and then you're just like, all right, you got a mission, and then now you don't even like. Now you have to apply all these military tactics that you're like. Let's just assume you never knew, because just coming from just like I said, you're Isekai into there. You're just like, oh.
Okay, so.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
I went from like the field, and then like all of a sudden I get transported again to all gillied up.
Yeah, because just say like, oh, you finally regrouped with your teammates, or of the group like SAS, and then I'm just trying to extend this thing because I want to pick at you guys' brains. Not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. So now you've finished them. You got the debrief. You know who the big bad is, and then a flash of light again, and now you're in all gillied up.
Ooh, and then it says like 15 years ago. Okay.
Now you're just like, what the hell? Where am I now? Like, yeah, basically.
In that case, I'm probably following McMillan, and I don't know, dude, that's crazy. A sniper in my hands. I've never held a sniper in real life.
I'll tell you now, I hurt.
They hurt? Like they're heavy?
No, not that.
Everything about them is just painful.
Yeah, the recoil hurts if you're not prepared.
Okay, so I'm dragging that, and I'm sneaking through like enemy territory.
So, and you also see like when you're crawling on the ground, you can actually hear the enemies just walking past you. You can hear their voices. You're maybe like a few inches away from their foots, like as they're walking past you. you see the tanks rolling up right beside you too, and you think it's like, oh, it may be just a game, but like you don't know that, so everything legit feels real. So one slight movement, bam, you're dead, and then that's when you'll figure out you have to restart, I guess.
In that case, I'm literally just gonna follow Mr. CO, Captain McMillan. Because throughout the mission, he's always like 3, 2, 1, go. Like he's always like the communication is crazy. I mean, I guess you need that when you're in action, though, right? So
yeah.
I guess I'm just listening to it. Like no matter what, if like he's not shooting at me, he's telling me what to do. I'm like, all right, you obviously know what's going on. I'm following your lead. Ready, go, ready, go, ready, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Take that guy out. Like I'm just gonna follow him till the end of the mission, and then I mean I'm trying my best not to spoil anything. And then we'll get to like the save point, and then I'll be like, all right, cool, and then I would assume that's probably like where it ends, because that's like the end of the mission of all gillied up.
All right, now not to try to spoil the game itself. Middle of the mission, McMillan got shot, and now he said, "I'll stay back, wait for backup. You have to continue the mission on your own."
Oh,
I'm trying to make you not as comfortable, my friend.
I'd be like, the mission?
They'll be like,
What?
you know what I'm talking about. Go, soldier.
I really don't. Can you tell me, dude?
I trust you.
Okay, cool, but can you trust me? Trust me right now.
And he's
Tell me
unconscious.
and he's gone. I guess I'm running, and I'm gonna assume, because the COD storyline is like linear, so it's
Yeah.
like you just get put like through this like this path. You only can go through this path.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep going forward. So I'm just gonna assume like oh look, more enemies. I'm either gonna try to sneak past them, because since I don't have my boy anymore, we can't 3, 2, 1 go like a group or like a duo.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just keep sneaking as much as I can. But if I have the aim of my mouse like I do,
Oh no, you don't.
I don't. Okay,
No.
well
You're
screwed.
basically you're Marubi in a different world.
Okay. In that case,
But you'll still have like not completely, like you won't have the aim of your mouse, but you'll have because that's still an external factor. An internal factor of the game was like instant healing, you know what I mean? Like you have a fast healing. External comes from like your actual like keyboard per se, you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Yeah, think of it like that. Like you still have all like you have the throwing armor, you can throw grenades, you can take the impact of like snipers and stuff like that, but the thing is you don't have the
Like I have all the mechanics of the game, but the skills that are used in it, like aiming, are like what I have in real life,
yeah.
which is nothing.
So you literally gotta learn on the spot.
Yeah,
no. The thing is,
so-
I think but you'd learn from the first part. I would assume. Remember?
Oh no, yeah, for sure. If
you
I
would
was
be-
with
Yeah,
Matt.
you would be learning from the first part, and then when the next like flashback to 15 years in the past, then you'll basically be on your own. But you'll still, I'm gonna give you the fact that you still have the at least like some of the training or some of the intense like fighting that you've done in like the first part of your isekai moment.
Okay, well at that point, then I'm pretty sure that I would have the grit to try and take out double enemies, assuming I have the silencer.
Of course, yes you do.
So I just make my way, use whatever McMillan was doing, like probably scouting out different paths of like, oh, what are the enemies like routes? Can we try to predict them? And if not, if there's only like 3 of them, then maybe like 1, 2, 3 by myself. I do that, and then I get to the end of the mission, and then I'd be like, okay, now what do I do? But then I'm gonna assume everything fades to black there, because that's what happens at the
Yeah.
end of that mission. So
And honestly, where it's gonna go, because it's like it fades to black, it's gonna be like it'll just keep continuing like on Eric's end. Eric is just like you don't know how to get back. You're isekai in there, so you're gonna fade to black and you're gonna appear in a different mission, until the point where there's no more. You've done all the missions of the COD series, and then now you're doing your own story. Same with for Eric's case. Eric would just keep going and going until he'll eventually find, like, you guys will eventually find a way out, or you might stay there forever. We don't know that.
Okay. So if I did end up completing the game, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, and I was just stuck in this universe, I think I'm gonna stay as a special, as like an SAS operative. If there's like more bad guys out there that the main villain of COD was just like very bad, like more guys like that out there, then I'll probably just be joining in every like single mission that to go like catch them. I mean, see, because I feel like this is there's a lot of logistics in COD where it's like, what are we trying to do?
You could just ask your CEO that. What are we trying to do?
Yeah, like, hey, like I know this guy's bad and all, but like, and like, okay, like, oh, it'll probably be bad if it's like, can we just bomb the area that we probably know he's in? Like, but there's civilians or something. It's like,
or
oh,
it's
okay.
like, how do you know he's exactly in that and not just civilian? Yeah, like just only civilians. We need you to go up and we need you to go in the front lines. We need you to go find them yourself.
Yeah, you know, I think at one point I'd like to just start questioning everything. It's just like, okay, enemy after enemy, like, dude, I have like 200 kills. Like, what is going on? Like, we're still doing this? It's like, yeah, we're still doing this, dude. It's like, for what? So we can take down main bad guy, and it's like, okay, so what are we trying to do right now? Like, why? We're trying to capture like a submarine or something? Yeah, because it has a lot of intel on it. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. I mean, that's probably like the attitude I'd have throughout the whole thing, especially since I got transported into this world, and I don't know what's going on.
I think, yeah, eventually you'll probably will say like, but don't worry, at some point you guys will both know like, oh, this is somewhere else and stuff like that. Like you'll understand that like later down the line, not immediately, of course. So
yeah, because if this is assuming I don't have meta knowledge, then I'm not gonna go around going like, hey, where's Soap? Where's the real main character of this story?
Shepard, it's you.
So it's like that is definitely the attitude I would have. It's like at first it's like, oh, I have a mission, I have to complete the mission, like Interstellar. It's for the mission, and then at one point it's like, dude, why are we even on this mission? Like,
I can imagine you being so irritated with these. Like I'm so done with this shit.
yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, we've cleared like 50 fucking houses. What are we trying to do? He's not in that house. Go get to the next one. Okay. But let's say I go to the next one, and he's not in that house either. What the fuck are we doing? Do we have any intel? Because like, if you've played the COD games, you know that no matter, there's a certain amount of things that you have to do in order to get to the objective. So if there's 3 houses you have to check, no matter what order you do it in, it's always going to be the 3rd house. It's always going to be the last house. So I think at some point I'll be like, dude, can I quit? I'd like to like I shoot myself in the foot and I'm going home.
Purple heart.
Yep, purple heart. I'm gone. Sorry.
Oh my god! I was like,
that's probably where I'm sitting. That's the order of events that I think would happen, because it's like, if you're put in the middle of the field and people are shooting you, all right, yep, that's it. I'm just in the middle of the action. Time for the mission. What is the mission? I don't know what's going on anymore. You know, I quit. That's it. That's all I would do in that universe.
I think at that point you'd be like, I think he gets it. You'll probably make your own story, make your own legacy, and then for Eric's case, he'll find his own legacy in that game.
Yeah, you know, shoot myself in the foot, get a purple heart, go home, make a podcast with a couple of friends.
Talk about your experiences.
Yeah. That's it. I think, yeah, that's it. What about Yakuza, dude? Like, I don't know what to talk about anymore.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, the Yakuza series is something else. It's supposed to be a serious crime drama, And then there's karaoke, and there's race cars. There's can collecting with the homeless. There's real estate. There's a cabaret club owner. Cabaret club simulator. There's real estate. Stockbroking. I'd honestly like. So, under the impression of I'm already. So, like with you two, I put you guys like, oh, you're one of the main dudes in the whole story, but you don't know it yet. You have your own missions, you have your own objectives, but they're telling you these, but you don't know why exactly you're doing it. You don't know what happened to you. You're just opened your eyes, and then Eric, he's already on a 5v5 battlefield. Marubi's in a, what's it called? He's already in the middle of a war zone. And I think for me, I feel like I would wake up to myself getting beat up by one of the main protagonists, because I like in those cases, like your cases, like you guys are still, what's it called, main characters, but you don't know it yet. But I feel like I would be getting beat up by one of the main characters of the Yakuza series. I would like wake up, I'm probably getting my shit kicked in by Majima, probably.
Hold on. What? How come you're not the main character?
No, like
Yeah.
no, Majima's crazy. He wants to, what's it called? He wants to piss off the main character to get him to fight. So I would feel like I would be in Kiryu's shoes, but I won't know I'm like as strong as Kiryu. I'm just getting my shit kicked in by Majima. Assuming, so I'm basing it off of like, same with Marubi, I'm gonna base it off of the Yakuza series, since I played Yakuza 0, but I feel like first I would get my shit kicked in, like I'll be waking up to Majima with an umbrella, beating me up with an umbrella, getting me to fight. You'd be like, hey, what? Hey, come on, let's fight. One round, right here. I'll give you a free swing. Come on, while he's still kicking me and hitting me with an umbrella. And I'll be like, what the hell's going on, dude? Like, and then he's probably be like, okay, fine, I'll fight you next time. And he walks away. I'm like, who the hell was that guy?
Why am I like, getting beat up?
Why I have bruises already? Like, oh, but I feel strong. Like, I don't know. I feel different. I feel stronger. Then probably like the tutorial happens. A couple of thugs be like, hey, apparently if we fall, just like with the Yakuza, like, I'll be probably like either late 20s, early 30s, or in my case, like maybe 23, 24, or something like that. A couple of thugs, hey, give us your money. And then all of a sudden, I'm in a fight. I'm just like, I think honestly at first, like, if I don't know what's happening, I think my martial arts like mentality might kick in. Like, just protect yourself at all costs. Protect your face, protect your temples, protect your chin. And the moment I throw one punch, they start flying. I think that's when I'm just gonna click like, this is not normal. But I don't know why I'm here. I'm strong as shit. I was like, can I do something else? I'm probably gonna pick up, like in the game. You have environmental attacks. I could find a random syringe and then stab a dude with it. I can get an orange, slam it on a guy's face, and then step on it to make orange juice with their face. I could get a random, what's it called? Trash can. Or a random motorcycle and just slam it on someone. And if it's still following the events of the Yakuza series, I would just, honestly, I think my first thing would be, since the main characters are also a part of like one of the big Yakuza groups, the Yakuza families in there, the Tojo clan, for instance. So I think first I would just be like, what is happening? I don't know who I am. A lot of people look up to me for some reason, but then a lot of thugs want to beat the shit out of me for money. There's a giant, colossal, like 7-foot dude just trying to take all my money. Why am I here? And I think the events would just accidentally occur naturally, since I'm in a huge like red light district in Japan. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I can't, like, do I have money on my name? What am I doing? Why is there who's this guy? And then this is like one of the main characters, Nishiki, who's in the game is Kiryu's best friend in the OG game, the Yakuza 0. I think it would come to the events of like, oh, hey bro, are you done? Are you done here beating up these thugs? Let's go grab a drink. I think the first thing I'll be like, who the hell are you? Why, bro? What do you mean, bro? Who like, where am I? He's like, oh, like, what do you mean? You said you were gonna handle your business here. Talk to Majima or get some money from from beating up local thugs and giving the money back for something. It was like
Beating
something
up local thug.
like beat up local thugs, getting some money or something like that, getting some money for tonight's drinking karaoke party. Like, what are you talking about? And then he's just like, oh, nonsense. We should get you some new rags. And lo and behold, I'm going shopping with this guy, get some new fit, but I'll still be confused as hell. Fast forward, shit hits the fan like in every Yakuza game. Shit hits the fan. All of a sudden, I go into a disclosed location. It's bloodied all over the place, and I'm just there. Turn over to my left, I see a little girl with a gun in her hand.
What?
I'm not trying to spoil it for the people at home, but yeah, this is in the first game. And apparently, she has nowhere to go now. She doesn't know where her mother is. So now I'm the adopted father of this little girl. I'm like, what the hell is happening? I think I'll be like, I'll protect you, little girl, but I'm still be questioning, like, what the hell is happening. Fast forward even more. Majima comes back, and he sends me a message saying he kidnapped my adopted daughter. The only reason why is he wants to pick a fight with me. So and he says he wants to fight him at at my strongest, which is when I'm pissed. And apparently every time I'm like legit mad in the scenario, I would get stronger. Not disclosing Dragon Ball at all. But but yeah, brute strength, fighting, all this stuff happens. And I think I would be at the point where I would just like, I'm gonna make my own legacy if I am able to stand my ground, get honor from other Yakuza, but then learning how to deal with betrayal, all the shit that's happening in the red light district. I think first I would be like, why the hell am I here? Why am I getting beat up? Why is this guy with an eye patch beating me up? Why does he have an umbrella? Why'd he pick me up? He said we're fighting again next time. Some guy called me his brother. We're going to grab clothes. We went karaoke, have fun. I'm sitting there confused at the bar first. Pretty sure I am. Honestly, I just let things play out. But eventually, I would be following the main story in its own way, but how I would see it. But then, like, it's not gonna completely follow the story. I think it would just start branching out. Like, I had to make my own family, for instance, Yakuza family. But I think that's where I would take it in this way. I would just like, I would try to appease to the higher ups, have my own family, make my own way to make money, and giving back to the clan. Because I can't get out unless they let me get out. But apparently I'm a valuable asset, so I can't get out at all. I have to be there one way, shape, or form, or the series technically dies out. I don't know, man. I would feel like I would just be scared. Like, I would be beating up people. I would make rivalries with people. And then, like I said, all the side things too. I would be part of a cabaret club. Like, I would be the owner for some reason. Or I'm racing little, pocket racers with all the neighborhood children and adults. We're in a little circuit rink. We're just racing cars. Or I'm playing baseball. And then suddenly reference to Yakuza 6. I'm not playing baseball anymore. I'm fighting the other players on the other team. Fist fighting. And they think, oh, we could take this guy on. And then people be like, oh no, hey, that's not fair. And then they just see me beat the shit out of all three of them.
You'd sing Baka Mitai on the karaoke.
Yeah, I would be singing that. And I would know the words 100% for some reason. I don't know why I do. And whenever that song happens, there's always a picture that he has in his hand. It's always going to be related to the story of some sad event. I think what would throw me off, it just showed me a picture of, like, I don't know, some building burning, and I don't even know what the building is. Like, what is my significance? Why am I crying whenever I see this building?
Why are you crying? Oh, okay.
Because the song is really sad. It's like I don't know the lyrics to it, but like it gives the thing, like whenever someone is singing that song, they're reminiscing and looking at a sad picture of something that had a big impact to them. Except for Sajima's. I'm gonna spoil this one. When he was crying when he was doing his song, it was just because he's bald right now, The picture was him with hair.
With hair.
Hey man, that's a soft spot for some people.
Yeah, apparently. But then in the later
Yeah.
games, he still has no hair. I'm just like, if you were crying about having no hair, why? It's like, oh my god. But
Damn.
yeah, I think I'm just trying to build my own legacy and then see like why am I here in the first place.
I've
And-
never played Yakuza.
I would
And I
recommend
d-
it.
I don't know much about it, but I've seen our friends play.
Yeah.
And you're talking about creating this legacy, right?
Yeah, well that's what I feel like, because like every character has made their own legacy some way, shape, or form through events. I would probably follow the ones of Kiryu's unconsciously, and then I would start probably branching and doing what I feel like I want to do. But yeah, creating a legacy essentially. Every big character is basically making a legacy of themselves in some
would
way,
like-
shape, or form.
To ask you small details on this legacy.
Okay.
Since I mean, obviously you're fighting a lot, right? So, what is the weapon you are known for?
I think because of like, okay, would I? Okay, since I want to make sure you guys can get your quips and pick up my brain, do you want me to have a weapon of my choice or a weapon of one of the main characters?
A weapon of your choice, because this is your legacy.
So I think honestly, since I made this joke a lot about like legit, honestly, it's still following one of the main characters. I would like to use a bat, a dagger, or one of my realistic martial art weapons that I love using. Shout out to one of my friends who's gonna be a guest in the future. You'll see who he is. He let me borrow his kali sticks, and I've been practicing with those daily. So maybe like either fists for martial arts, like different forms of martial arts involving fists and knees, kicks. But with weaponry, it's probably like kali sticks, a baseball bat, or a dagger. For sure.
Okay. I've seen this weapon. I don't know if you know where I'm already taking this. I've seen this weapon used in the game by our friend. Would you ever fight
I think I know what you're talking about.
with a phallic weapon?
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, you're talking. I know who you're talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
the main character is like he's shown everywhere. His name Ichiban. He's the main character of 7. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Would you use that ever? Even just what? Like, it's just like you're known for those your martial arts weapons, right?
Yeah.
And would you ever create a legacy where it's just like, dude, one day he just pulled out a dildo, and then, and then he continued to beat everyone up with it? Like, would you?
Wait, will I will be known for the guy who beats up people with dildos?
No, but you're still known as like the
No,
legacy
but-
for like this guy's the greatest martial artist. Like this is the Yakuza martial artist dude, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like there's this story where it's just like, for some reason, one day when he was going to fight and they were expecting the kali sticks, a dildo, he just pulled it out and, and he just beat everyone up with it, and no one knows why, and he never pulled it out again. Would you do something like that? There's probably like more meme weapons, but
Yeah,
the,
I know. Yeah. I
the
think
biggest one sticking out is that one.
Yeah, the vibrator, I believe. It was the.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Just for shits like honestly, I would since I have all this power, like man, I want to see like what I think I would be at the point like what can I beat people up with? I think I would, just for one time. Like you said, only for like one time outside of my martial weapons or the weapons I would of my choice. Yeah, I think it would be interesting because the people who get beat up. The thing is in this game, surprisingly enough, Kiryu never kills anyone. But
Really?
apparently, every type of maneuver he does, like the thing is called heat actions, where it's like if you build a heat bar, and you can do execution moves, for instance. Somehow, all of these execution moves, they don't kill, because at the end of a fight in the Yakuza series, especially 1 and 0, Kiwami and stuff like that, all of those games, like you start off with the fight, you legit like drop someone on like on their head, for instance. Like you would legit power bomb head first into the ground. You would legit throw them against the wall, side kick them into the wall. but then at the end of the fight, everyone's just standing up with their arm, like the typical, like, oh, the injury in anime or Japanese games where they have their hand on their arm, their right arm or their left arm, and just panting. Yeah, so they're not dead. I would be an incredible legacy for me to just come up, beat you up with those assorted weapons and be like, yeah, this is what you got beat up by. And they have to live with that, and I don't have to use the weapon again, but people around me saw that. Man, look at those thugs got beat up by a dildo. Yeah, dude.
This is the guy that got beat up by a dildo.
I would love it just to leave that impression on other people that, like, you don't mess with me, you just got embarrassed. Now please leave me alone. Yeah, I would do it. That would be a fun thing. I would, like, if it plays on, like, you know what? Let's build a legacy around this weapon. Sure, hands down, I'd do it. I'd be I think wait, does my adopted daughter, like, I'm playing off of, like, if I were to get the same adopted daughter, would she know that I use that weapon, like, to beat up someone with?
Well, if it's a legacy and then there's that very famous story, probably.
I would have to explain, like, I found this weapon on the floor and I rocked some fools with it.
I was just wondering, like, could I beat someone up with this?
Yeah, I think that would be the story. I would tell my adopted daughter or adopted son, whoever is the child in the situation that I found at miraculously a bar. I'd just be like, yeah, that's the legacy of that story. Never ask about it again, please. And don't tell anyone either.
So we're reaching an hour 10.
Yes, I know.
Right now.
Yeah. Actually, I want to do one more thing. Eric, do you have anything also? Anything to add or ask about my story per se?
When you were describing the way that, like, you would go after your initial, like, whoa, why am I being beat up? And then I was thinking about Marubi and how he's like, Marubi would reach a fourth wall breaking moment, and I was thinking, like, oh, he would have this mental breakdown in front of, like, his team. It's like, why are we even doing this? What's going on? Like, why? Someone tell me. And I was just like, it reminded me so much of the memes that are like, what? 2020? A pandemic? Bro, you hit your head hard. Let's go knock some beers back at the bar or whatever. Like, for the case of Yakuza, or in COD, it's like, what? Let's go back to the debriefing. Let's go see the CEO. And I also thought, like, is this just gonna be the Isekai episode? This is what this is.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it the Isekai episode of video games.
Oh, cool. We got a name? All right.
Yeah, good, because I didn't have a name.
There you go.
What if and then the big question in the description, what if you were trapped in one of your favorite video games? And you don't know it. What is it?
And then we hit him with the leave your comment down below. Make
Actually,
sure to
I'm
hit that
curious.
like button and subscribe.
Heck yeah.
I'm actually curious though, for the people who are listening, what would be the video game that you would want to be trapped in? Or it's okay. Let's make it like this, because we put favorites, but then, like, out of your favorites, if you were put into a random one, just know, like, you can choose which one, but just if you choose the one specifically, rather than do what I did, just list games and randomize. If you have time, type below, like, what game would you be in, and how would you handle it? Just a quick little sign. I'm curious what to read in the description, or not the description, the comment section. But
Yeah, we might even make a small reading of the comment.
Oh, I'm excited. I already read one of the comments. Should I read one of the comments that was pointed towards me? In the last...
From last time?
Yes.
Sure, if you want. Yeah.
Okay, so she is this person. She is one of my close friends. Like, she's like a little sister to me. 420 Hime said, "When am I fighting, or when am I wrestling the murder hornet?" The answer is never.
What do you mean, bros? If we all want to see it, we're gonna go catch one specifically for you to fight.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna put me in
Coyote Pete. Just go in a room, in a giant closed jar. You and a murder hornet.
I'm gonna be terrified, because, you know, like, the buzzing's gonna scare me, especially if it's in a, like you said, a jar. So it's gonna be in a cylindrical surface, fighting in a cylinder where, like, the sounds bounce off like that. Dude, that's terrifying. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Like, you don't catch me with, dude, I don't care. Like, put me with another person, I'll be fine. Like, I'll fight until I can't fight no more. No. Murder Hornet. No, that fucker has. I don't know what he has in that system. Okay, I don't know what it's built like, dude. It's built differently. It's gonna hurt me.
Differently.
It's gonna hurt me some way, shape, or form. You're gonna see me in agonizing pain, and you'll see. 420. She's gonna be laughing her ass off. I know it.
Just
Oh.
fight harder.
Is that all we had for today?
Do we have any other things? I have nothing.
Okay.
How about Eric? Do you have anything?
I am drawing a blank right now. I was tapped out on alternate realities and actually no, that's a whole nother thing. But
I think
I'll
I
pose
know.
it here. I'll pose it here so we can have time to think about it. I was gonna ask what type of alternate realities do you ascribe to? Specifically, because I watched a video a while back about how there are different forms of time traveling.
Mhm.
But I think we can discuss more of that. But that is something that I would like to hear what y'all think about.
Maybe in a future episode.
Potentially in a future episode.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
for that.
I'm
We gotta
down.
write a list of this because I feel like it's gonna start piling up.
Oh yes, sir. I already
Yeah.
legit. Like, I was making this all. Like, I legit. If I can make this topic today, and say, you know what, this is gonna be our topic. We're gonna even make a list soon.
So, a list of future episodes is alternate realities,
Yes.
Yeah.
D&D.
Oh, well, you guys are gonna love that. Me, Marubi, and Eric we were in a campaign, and you get to hear that story later.
Yep.
Yes.
What else is there? We have to watch the last podcast because I'm pretty sure we named some. Oh, probably like hobbies because I know that Brosif want to talk about the martial arts stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. So I could probably get someone to join us for that as well.
Okay. I think we're probably just gonna wrap it up here, huh?
Yeah, I did say the hour or the episodes are gonna be. Well, I don't know if I mentioned it to the people watching, but I know to us. I said the episodes are gonna be with an hour long, with a standard deviation of 30 minutes. 50 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we
sounds-
barely hit the 15 mark. So I think this is today's podcast episode of what video game would you get Isekai in? And what would happen? Let us know below. And yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We are the Broken Keyboards Podcast. This is Marubi.
Don't fucking do this.
Just sign off, bro.
Fuck you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh yeah, if you're a parent showing your child this, what's wrong with you? I did put I did.
Pilot was
That was the pilot. It was more child friendly. Then I legit said I was on the verge of cursing, and I legit said in the first part of this episode, I will curse. And lo and behold, I feel natural. I feel happy. I don't feel constrained. Good luck for the future episodes. That's all I want to say. All right. Goodbye on my end. Deuces, body every. Eric, you have anything else you want? You want to say?
Don't take your 2-year-old to go see Deadpool. That's a bad idea. Take care. Happy New Year's.
Amen.
Good day, everyone.
Good.